Hola, mi gente, and welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have questions or comments, queries, statements, or otherwise, we have multiple ways to be reached. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those that need instant gratification, and the show's Twitter feed is @SkimpOD. That is SKIMPOD. That's where I like to fight. For the more patient amongst you, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. That's crunchy being spelled with a K. We're available via Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, Spotify, and a partridge in a pear tree. And of course the website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show. And a band plays on here at Skim, and to that end we provide you a podcast, a musical discussion podcast built on a hip-hop foundation, and you know what? It's dope. Our personal Twitters are Tatum216, Lunchbox2099, your host, the Internet's Tayrell713, and me? Well, damn it, I'm the real ODP.
It's amazing that, like, you can tell that we're in an age where, like, we're connected through technology. Because, like, when this pandemic started, I noticed a serious increase in IG live streams and people pushing OnlyFans accounts.
Bro,
like, I couldn't get on Instagram or Twitter without an Instagram person. I don't want to call them hoe or ethot or model or whatever. People pushing their Instagram or their OnlyFans, but that they click up together and they do like cross promotion with other people who have OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So they agree to like retweet each other or share each other or whatever. So I would go on Twitter, and because I follow like a couple of them for my personal interests, I end up seeing all these other women, and like so I had to let a couple of them go because it was getting to be too much. Like I couldn't scroll through my Twitter feed without like, oh, surprise pussy, surprise butthole, here's a titty. Like I gotta curate my Twitter account so that like I can go on it when I'm back in the office whenever this shit ends. Because I can't be opening my phone at my desk and having surprise pussy there. That's not gonna be hot in the HR streets.
A fair point, sir. Holy cow.
Plus, like, it's kind of like a separation of church and state in a way. Like, when I'm, like, on the prowl for that kind of shit, I know where to go. I know what to type in. I know what sites to hit or what apps to go to. I don't need that, like, on Front Street in my main Twitter feed. I don't need to get horny on the main, as the kids say.
Well, not everybody's as tech savvy as you. I don't know where to go. So people like me, who, if they were interested, I'm not particularly interested. I would have to get some kind of cue from Twitter or from Instagram.
Man, I was laughing at like the memes where it was like page 1,374 on Pornhub, like day 7 of quarantine. I was like, man, y'all motherfuckers, I was doing that shit before the quarantine. Callie has decided to join the party, it seems.
I see. That's a surprise butthole.
Now that's how you get pink eye.
Very true.
She looks so disheveled now because she's like 14, 15 years old, and she's starting to look her age. So, like, she looks like just someone who hasn't had their hair did in years.
You got to put the brush to her. That work for home life means you're there for it, Daddy.
Well, she's been asleep for the last 20 hours. I made fried bologna sandwiches for dinner, and she smelled the meat, and she came over here, and that's what she's only been over here for like the last like 25 minutes.
She is in shot. I wish y'all could see this, my peoples, because it's hilarious. She is like, I'm here now, and I'm gonna be on film. She making biscuits?
Yeah, she's needing dough.
Yeah, I see her.
That's funny.
She's sliding though because I have slick basketball shorts on, so it's like she's losing her balance there a second ago. Because you can feel it, like it's like a skateboarder legs.
She's using a sill pad to make her biscuit dough. That's how it goes down. She's a professional, if nothing else.
Me and my wife had a fried lunch meat discussion because I fried some salami for lunch. I fried some salami. I cut up an onion, put some pickles, and made some sriracha mayo on toasted bread.
So you made a Cuban?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that like a Puerto Rican version of the Cuban?
Let's just call it a Puerto Rican then and be done with it. My man made a Puerto Rican.
I don't know how big salami is in Puerto Rico.
I mean, hey, cured meats, they got to be somewhere, right?
They gotta be everywhere.
It's the most exotic of cured meats.
You'd have to. You guys have to have the turkey salami version because you don't eat swine.
Yeah, I'm still mad that they don't make a turkey version of hard salami. Hard salami is my favorite salami.
That's what I had. Hard salami.
It's so good.
I don't know if sriracha mayo is your thing.
I don't really like sriracha. Like, it's just, I mean, I do like marinating with it. Like, when you mix it with buttermilk, it takes away the heat but leaves the flavor. And, yeah, I don't love it, though.
Is it just me, or does it seem like sriracha's star is faded already? Like, it's still good and solid and people still eat it, but like sriracha had that moment in the song where it was like you getting sriracha t-shirts and socks and backpacks and like you were getting the little clip-ons for the luggage and shit. Like sriracha had its come up and now it's like just woo.
It does seem like it's lost its moment in the sun.
I mean, it's something new every year. Like we talked about this in the chat the other day. Like years ago was pomegranate, then it was mango. Then, before that, it was kiwi strawberry. And
trust us when we tell you that this is the year of the churro.
The year of the churro.
This is weird, like, the fact that I can see Anthony and Gabe, but then, like, T's voice comes in like a narrator or some shit.
The voice of God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
But, like, I got his little profile icon up in the upper right corner, so at least, like, there's some visual. But yeah, it's a little. It's gonna take a little getting used to.
There he is above us.
I already know I'm
watching
going to
over us.
You got that judgmental like, what are y'all motherfuckers doing? Look,
it's clear I'm going to have to buy a camera if this is going to work. So that's no big deal. That I will make that happen sooner than later. It's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong with having it in stock anyway. You saying your boy want to get on Twitch or something.
Are you not able to hook your phone up to the computer and use it as a camera?
No,
I know some people can do that.
That's no, I am not. But that sounds interesting. As what?
Well, no, like you would like run a cable from the phone to the laptop, the computer, and you use the phone camera as like a webcam.
Oh, I hear what you're saying. That is not anything I know that I can do on my phone. But you know what? The internet provides, and here it is right here in front of me. Using iPhone as webcam. My webcam download sorry for drops of system launch. Maybe, depending on how old this life hack article is.
Yeah, like I know I saw it in a TV show or a movie or something recently. So, and like, I mean, logically speaking, you would think that like. It's not out of the realm of possibility because like you can use your phone to make Skype calls and shit just on like FaceTime and that kind of shit. Yeah. And then like you can record like 4K videos with it and shit. So like why wouldn't you be able to like live feed it, But yeah, I don't know. It would just be them having to code it from like using it from the phone and not going out phone directly, just run it through the computer. But yeah, I don't know.
This article is from 2012. And so I don't know if that is something that still works, but who knows? Maybe I will definitely poke around. Thank you for that little bit of insight.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go from there.
So we're a learning podcast, people.
Yeah, man, I can't remember the last time I did this. Like, fuck. I mean, sports. I think we were always in the basement of my buddy's house. And then Paper Champ Pod, we always were at the living room of the one dude's house I was living at the time. And did we ever do this?
The last time I know you Skyped in somewhere was you got on Chris and Paul's Rock show. Didn't you do like a wrestling? Didn't they have a wrestling podcast you jumped on one time with? Or they had a sports show or something?
I had Chris on with me.
Oh, okay.
On Paper Champ once. So that's the only time I've ever used Skype for podcasting, I think.
I know we've talked on Skype before, but I have no idea. I know we've used Skype before, but I think we were all here and we were Skyping someone into us.
Yeah, it was Karen from Black Eye
Tips. Yeah. So, and we've had Nick Jew on before as well. Same difference. We had her Skyped in. So that's and
I think you did that when I was on vacation or something.
Okay.
Yeah, Jaded Gamer on as well.
Okay. So yeah, we've Skyped people in. I don't think we have Skyped all together. So
yeah, we did for a podcast.
For sure. Yeah. So that's no, but then
I was never on that though.
Yeah, the one time you were on
actually, no, I was on one episode and we did it in the cafeteria.
Yeah. So, all right, let's see if I can drop this right quick. They say it was gonna never happen, but I survived Neverland like the Jacksons. You never swallow slanderous lies for devil satisfaction. I still got my glitter gloves, still got my glitter socks. Now I'm moonwalking on your couch with many zippers on my jacket. Jay Cirque du Soleica. I started on Tatooine, but I'm all the way out on Dagobah. Master the Force made my saber, and I'm in the light now. It's the hour of chaos. The black steel is on me right now. Some ask me, J-Man, why come for so many years you've been exempt? Because familiarity don't breed gratitude, just contempt. And the price of sanity is too damn high, just like the rent. Sometimes I was held down by the gravity of my pen. Sometimes I was held down by the gravity of my sin. Sometimes, like Santiago, at crucial points in my novel, my only logical option was to transform into the wind. The first time I heard this song, I was sitting in the car. It was like when this shit was just now starting to happen, where we was like, oh, Corona's happening and life is happening. I'm at the grocery store wild early in the morning trying to get supplies so my family will have supplies. And I almost started crying right then and there. The song spoke to me. The experience at the grocery store early in the morning where it was jam-packed full of people spoke to me. It was very jacked up. This quarantine shit is no joke. But hello and welcome to Stage Crunchy Milk episode 344, which oddly enough was also a leap year. I'm joined by the man of 1,000 nicknames. The artist formerly known as Chesterfield Rockwell. It's the 216's own Tatum.
Congratulations.
We are also joined by the Quarantine King. It's Lunchbox 2099.
Man, this has like a old school feel to it, and I like it.
And last, but certainly not least, we are joined by the last of the Golden Coat Keys. It's a suburban Puerto Rican. It's the real ODP. What's good to the homie Gabe?
Moonwalking on my couch is not good. Well, my kids are always running up and down my couch.
Fuck that couch. And my whiteness will not allow me to say the rest of it.
We'll go no further than that there. Well, gentlemen, how's the apocalypse treating you?
I haven't had to board up the windows or anything, or like shoot anybody in the head. So far so good.
Only below the kneecap, so it's not attempted murder, right?
Do you feel like you're gonna have to shoot anybody, or I don't know.
I heard among the list of essentials was stores that were staying open. I'm like, oh, of course.
I'm sorry, you kind of roboted on me. What was
among the essentials that were staying open was gun stores.
Stores. You know, because why the hell not?
Gun stores and McDonald's, we all need them.
Yep.
Well, some people gotta hunt for their food, right? And they need bullets to do that.
I guess.
I'm just trying to think of a logical reason. I'm sorry.
That's how you know a lot of these people been on some bullshit this whole time. I've seen a couple of posts where people was like, the reason I have this is when it gets too tight for my family, I have a way to go get food. I'm like, oh, so this whole time you really haven't had it to defend against anything. You've had to make yourself feel like a big man and go out and fucking, I guess, rob people? Like you say everybody's doing? Fucking bunch of liars. Bunch of fucking hypocrites. And fuck them all.
So you telling me I could use a gun to rob somebody?
Apparently, man.
Man,
that's news to me.
I've been doing it wrong this whole time.
Yeah, man. Focus is wild out here. This work from home life is not for your boy. I understand that my man Box enjoys it. I am a much more focused machine from my office. You know what has come along? I got a proper chair, and that chair changed the fucking game up. I'm telling you right now. Like I said, as soon as Xander had it built for me and brought it over, I switched over to it, and I sat down, and my ass was like, "This is what I've been missing, sir."
So what made Xander do it?
Oh, I make him build everything.
Oh,
that boy's 16 years old. You gotta put in some efforts. So I'm like, as soon as I get in here, it's like, as soon as this gets here, boy, build that chair for me. And he's like, all right. So, I mean, hey, he's whip smart. He gets it done. And of course, he got it done. It feels great. Who am I to deny?
Man, I hope my kid comes around on that.
It. My son's a rider.
I can't get my kids to stop running out of the room when I say, hey, when I say their name. Hey, could you pick that up on your way out? And he just zooms out of the room. He sprints away like he can run away from my commands.
Yeah.
Like, the house is only so big, son. You're going to have to come around to me eventually, and I'm still going to have that command for you to do.
Yeah. Say, that's real.
I'm not asking him to do much. Just pick up the empty milk carton he left on the floor. He left it on the floor.
Well, it trust me, it comes with age. But then also, here's the deal. There was a basket of clothes sitting at the bottom of my steps for a long time before I finally just like, boy, take them clothes upstairs. So also that still has to happen too. So it gets better, but also sometimes it just don't change even in the slightest. So
I don't know if it ever really gets better though, because like I'm lazy with shit like that. Like I'll do my laundry, I'll put it in the basket, I'll bring it upstairs, and then like a couple days will go by before I'll even put it out of the basket, and sometimes I don't even put it all out of the basket. Yeah, that just shows you how long I've been single.
You're ready to mingle.
It's like I haven't developed that fear of like judgment from somebody else about the laundry, so it just ends up being what it is.
I've been wondering. Like, I wonder what's happening, like here in the in the end times on the dating apps, because these motherfuckers, because they can't meet each other.
They keep sending me fucking notifications about like, oh, we're here for you. Like the apps themselves are like, oh, we understand these are hard times, and we're here for you, and be safe out there, and yada yada yada. I saw
get your dick sucked.
Yeah, yeah, like I heard like someone did like a Uber Eats Skype date or some shit with somebody. I suggested that's my friend. So my buddy has been talking to some woman. I don't know exactly how we met her, but
the way you describe people is always phenomenal.
Well, because I haven't met her yet. So here's my experience with this. So he's the one who, when we went to Pittsburgh all together for that Browns game, he's the one whose phone I got on and was talking to women for him.
I am aware.
So the last week we were in the office, so 2 weeks ago, I called off on like a Wednesday, so I wasn't OT eligible, but I still wanted the extra money.
You had
so
dirty pee.
What?
I said you had dirty pee.
I don't think I did that time, no. So I had called off for like a sinus headache or whatever. And it might have been 2, I don't know. So I ended up working some straight time that Friday just so I could get a little extra money out of it, even though it wasn't going to be OT. So I stayed until like 8:45 at night. Like I was the last person in our office. Like I didn't even see the cleaning crew. They were long gone. And so I walked like away from the building in the dark, and I was chatting with my buddies on Facebook Messenger, and a couple of my dudes were at my buddy's house, and they were like just hanging out, and they were like, "Oh, you should come over." And I was like walking to my car, and my plan at that point was to go home and drink anyway. And so, and like I wasn't going into work the next day because I stayed late on Friday and I wasn't getting OT, so I wasn't gonna drive back downtown for something that I wasn't getting the full benefit out of. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'll go out." So I ended up driving over to my buddy's house, which is funny because T actually drives by his house on the way to work, and I know this because I've seen it in the Skim Drive videos. I'm like, I'll be watching and I'll be like, "Oh shit, there's my buddy's house." So I went over there, and my other buddy, who we talked about in the past, he came over too, but he doesn't drink anymore. I guess like he's been in AA or whatever, not to put his business out there. But he kind of just hangs out, and like he'll take people home and stuff so people don't like have problems or whatever. But we all ended up going out to a bar, and my mission was to get drunk early in the game. That way I could sober up by the time I needed to go home. because I didn't want to. I wanted to go home that night.
Dan, the man with the plan.
Yeah, you got to get it in early. That way you have a couple hours to get right. So I when I start drinking, I can pound beers. Like I can like one chug of beer, and so I drank a lot in like an hour. I drank like a little sample bottle of Jack Daniels. I drank some sort of cider beer. I drank Great Lakes beer. I chugged a couple glasses of I think they bought Bud Light. I took a Jaeger bomb. Like, it was all this shit really quick. So I got drunk, and my buddy gave me his phone again and had me talking to women on his phone. So the one that he's talking to now, the one that's like, I would say is currently in first place, is this woman who the other day he's like talking about how she made a chart to send him so that like she was discussing reasons why he should date her, and she made a chart. Yeah, it was. She made a chart.
A presentation.
She made a presentation because he's in the analytics. Like his job is an analyst for a company. He went to college for statistics. So she used a chart to explain to him why he should date her.
Do you think I'm pretty?
So like he sends the chart to our group chat, and he's like, "I'm gonna marry this woman," and I just replied with like, "Have you met her yet?" Because like I was on his phone talking to her at the bar for him like 2 weeks ago, and like I don't remember all of what I said to her. I know whatever I said to her was fucking smooth because I know how I am. But whatever I said to her that night, like she's been all in since that night. I know she liked him before that, but I think I sealed the deal for him. And so, because
I feel like they should do it like old school style, like when they used to have sex the first time in the olden days, like through a sheet. I think you should get the first crack at it.
I told him that he owes me one, like with this person if he marries her, which is obviously I'm never going to cash in on, but you know, I wanted to hear him say it. But anyway, so like he sends this chart, and I say what I say, and my buddy goes, "I'm pretty sure she has a penis," just because like he thought that she was being a little like aggressive. Also, he was trying to fuck with him. So then apparently my buddy screen caps our group chat and sends it to her, so she sees like the shit we were saying about the chart. And then, like, he screen caps their conversation and sends it back to us. And, like, I don't know, like, I must have struck a chord with her because she called me by name, like my full name, like 3 different times. She's like, "You tell Daniel this, and Daniel this, and something else, Daniel, something. And I'm like, God damn, like... Shit, like, I'm not trying to insinuate he's getting catfish or something. Fuck, chill. All I'm saying is talking about marrying someone that you... Oh, that was it. She brought up that Love is Blind show or whatever that people keep talking about.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Yeah, she's like, they have an entire show about this. And I'm just like, it's fucking made up for the most part. Like, y'all need to chill. But, like, it was... Even, like, my buddies, when they saw the screen cap, she's like, why is she talking about Dan so much? And my buddy goes, it's really weird that she calls him Daniel.
Damn, Daniel. She's taking it back.
Back at it again with the wave hands.
I kind of feel like she know, like, it's just like every rom-com where you was the one actually talking to her, and then she actually does have a connection with you, but then she has another connection with you that she doesn't even know about.
Well, like, so I got kind of irritated that he was just going back and forth screen capping the 2 conversations. So I said something that he couldn't screen cap and send back to her. Nice. So I was like, so did you tell her that I was actually the one talking to her at the bar last Friday?
Shut that shit down fast, didn't you?
Yeah.
No more screen capping for him.
Yeah. I don't mind screen capping, like, for context or every now and again if something truly funny comes up. But, like, you're not going to be screen capping everything back and forth for, like, 6 pictures. Like, I'm not having a conversation with someone who's not in the chat. Either bring her in here or shut this shit down.
Yeah, that's real. Oh man, you have an existence, buddy.
I don't know. So I think sometimes like shit just happens when I say fuck it, because like that was how that happened. Like my plan was to come home that night and just drink a little bit, relax, eat some dinner, watch a movie, and go to bed. But then like I was presented with an option to do that to the ultimate extreme, and I went, fuck it, let's do this.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'll get out in public, I'll hang out with some friends, like, some shit will happen, bad might happen, who knows, but, you know, thankfully nothing bad happened. Because I did drive home that night, and I drove home a little after 2 in the morning, so about 4 hours after I got drunk, and I was able to drive the car fine and everything. In retrospect, if I had gotten pulled over and they had asked me, or they gave me a breathalyzer or anything, I probably would have popped, so I did something stupid. But, like, I drove fine. I didn't do anything crazy. I felt fine. But then when I got home and I laid down and then the room started spinning, I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, you were. As it turns out, you probably weren't as fine as you thought you were.
Oh, shit.
Well, I mean, like, I wasn't as fine when my equilibrium got turned on its side. I was fine, though, when I was upright.
Yeah, you just probably like, you probably drove with adrenaline. Like it probably kicked in, and once you got where you needed to go, the safety was on. It probably just was off then. Not that I'm condoning what you did.
Yeah, maybe it's just the whole, you're driving, so you're trying really hard to, function, and I don't know what.
And this tells you how good I was, though. I drove through Lindale, where they have one of those 25-mile-per-hour cameras.
I thought those were gone.
No, they're going to the city of Cleveland. The state has been trying to get rid of Lindales for years, which is actually some bullshit. But they every rule the state has tried to throw at Lindale has pivoted for. So
the thing about the cameras is you're allowed to have them if there's a police officer there to validate the picture or whatever.
Yep.
So I don't know if this is what T was about to say. I apologize for talking over you. But Lindale built like you know how like some families have like where the kids get picked up by the school bus in the front yard, and in the winter they'll build like a little snow hut so the kid don't get cold when he's waiting on the bus to come out or whatever. So Lindale built like a little fucking booth so the copper man could sit inside the booth.
The copper man.
Yeah, and monitor the camera, taking pictures of people driving through.
Yeah, they're on This American Life, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and they said that's where the whole story of how basically a friend of a state senator got pulled over in Lindale and made a pissy stink about it until the state finally set rules that basically said if you have this many people in your town, then you have to have, like Dan said, the booth set up, or a cop has to basically see you. For larger cities, so like Columbus, Cincinnati, so forth and so on, they can have their red light cameras if they want to. Cleveland voted their red light cameras out, which is why the city of Cleveland no longer has them. But Parma has them. Yeah, I was about to say Parma Heights has them.
Well, yeah, it's my Parma Heights. It's like right there on the border. But yeah, they have them set up at the intersection of Pearl and York, and I know they're still functional because I saw the fucking camera light on it flash like a week and a half ago. I was coming back from Parma Town Mall as someone made a left through the red light and then they got the ticket thing.
Yep.
Those fucking bulb flashes are bright, man. Like you can see them in the daytime.
Well, yeah, that's the point. It's it's a camera.
I know, but I'm saying like in the daytime, sun's out. Like sometimes when a camera flash goes, you don't necessarily see it, but with those, like you don't miss it.
Yeah. So just people be pissy about them red light cameras. Like I don't like them and this, that, and the third. But I'm just like, well, maybe don't commit a crime.
The problem that I have with them, though,
Black Dynamite, I still fuck in the community.
But no, like for me though, like if I travel to another city or state or whatever, sometimes some cities don't have the traffic lights in the same spots. Some have them on a pole, like where you would see like a crosswalk. Some have them like hanging on cables in the middle of the intersection. So there's been times where I've driven in cities where like I'm not adjusted yet, and I'll accidentally kind of run a light in a way because I didn't see the light on the pole or some shit. So it's like if I'm in a city and they got these cameras everywhere, but I'm not like used to the speed limits, I'm not used to the traffic light locations, like the patterns, like all this shit that I don't know anything about. I guess like I should be driving extra cautious because like I'm unfamiliar territory. But like mistakes are gonna happen because I'm gonna fuck up and then I'm gonna get a ticket for it. You know, like it sucks in that regard.
Yeah, I still owe DC money because they popped me on one of the motherfuckers, a 35 and a 25, which I didn't even know was a 25.
I know I put this on Twitter the other day, and I'm sure no one else really saw it, but I'll reiterate it here. So when I went to Canada a month and a half ago now, well, about a month ago now, I drove over a bridge in Buffalo coming back, which was apparently like a toll bridge, and they mail you the bill.
Yes.
So I went over this bridge, and I don't have an Easy Pass in my car, so they mail me the bill, right? So somewhere in an office somewhere, they printed up a bill. It got put into an envelope, mailed to me. The post office had to sort it. Some dude had to put it in a car and bring it to my house, also that I could open it up and find that I owed the state of New York a singular dollar bill.
It cost them more to send that to you than that dollar.
Right. I almost wanted to hit them up and be like, "Hey man, we're in a pandemic. Do you really need that dollar?" I got a bill from Toronto. Well, not Toronto, from a Canadian toll road I was on when me and Xander went to Toronto in September. And I just paid it because I knew I was a toll road, and I knew it said they would bill me. So I was just like, I don't fucking care. You right. That's the kind of shit too. If you run from it, the next time you try and go back to Canada, that's just gonna pop up at the border.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you owe us 27 doonies, eh?
And so I really need to. I guess I go to DC enough where I probably should go ahead and send them their damn $100. But it's like it's $100 damn dollars. Well, no. Basically, so here's the deal. I got a $100 ticket in DC. Sent them their $100. They said I sent them the $100 too late, so they gave me a $100 late fee. And I was like, you can suck my dick.
No,
so I've not paid that. I've not paid them their late fee, but I did pay them the initial $100 because it was like I was like, well, you know what? I did break the law, so. And if I'm gonna talk that shit about breaking the law and paying for your fucking bills, then I need to be that man.
Yeah, but that extra 100, that's bullshit. That's how I'm gonna kick your ass.
Whoa, you roboted again. I'm sorry, what?
He was so upset. He couldn't help it.
I think he said that the people of DC can lick his ass.
Wow, man.
That's what I got out of the robot voice.
I said kiss, but lick, whatever. Fondle gently. Just don't stick anything in it.
Oh my God. Sidebar, y'all check the chat I just hit up?
About turkey heart salami?
Yeah.
I did see that. I didn't click on it.
I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to make sure it was seen.
Oh, well, I remember when I was little. I think it was called Twin Value, at Garfield Park. Not which where you and your grandma used to go lunch?
Garfield Mall.
No, where the toy store and stuff used to be at.
You talking about over at Randall Park Mall?
No, past Randall Park Mall.
Oh, wait, Southgate?
Yeah, Southgate. Twin Valley used to be at Southgate. And I stopped eating pork a long time ago thanks to Ice Cube. And I remember they were like once, oh yeah, they had they said they had turkey heart salami, but I used to forget a lot that not really forget, but like neglect the fact that I didn't eat pork anymore. And like every once in a while I would have some Little Caesars pepperoni pizza. But I mean I don't do that shit no more. I'm pretty strict about it. But so I don't remember if the dude at Twin Value was right and it was some turkey heart salami, or I was just like, fuck it, I want some heart salami and ate it. But you know, que sera, sera.
Oh man. Casera. Lost in emotion. Oh my God. All right. So I mean, what I mean, I don't know again, this work from home life, and recording this particular show from home is new and strange, and I kind of don't know what to do with it or direct it. Well, I guess maybe I will definitely try to write better notes for the next time we do this, but Anybody got a story they want to share with the group?
Well, I didn't want to do another Corona cast because that's what everyone else is doing. And besides, I don't know if buff about Corona to give people like to give them any kind of like advice they should follow.
Yeah, I don't got no advice like that, but like it's been more than anything. I mean, if anybody doesn't know, like we live in Ohio, and we've been told, hey, y'all stay in the house. We gonna close all unnecessary stores, and I've been out twice with mask and gloves and stuff. Like once I left today to get food, which was unnecessary. I mean, it wasn't like it's the way they had it set up is like you put in the order and then you pick it up and then you leave right away, pretty much.
Oh, you did like curbside pickup?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
How was that experience? Because like I've never done that.
It was all right. I mean, Wingstop is delicious. We did an internet order, made the chicken extra crispy.
I thought you were talking about like the grocery store.
Oh shit, no.
I know like Giant Eagle has that. Like they have the setup for it now.
No, I don't think I could do that. Like, like it just don't sit right with me. And
I like doing it myself just because I always end up buying stuff that I didn't intend to buy, so it's kind of like an adventure. And then like if they don't have something, I don't want someone calling me and being like, "Well, they don't have Nichols bread. Are you okay with Schwabels?"
Yeah,
like I don't want to go through that.
Yeah.
Vanessa's been having groceries delivered for months now. It's just been what she's been doing because she's like it speeds up, the process and so forth. So she doesn't have them pick fruits or meats or anything like that there. One, because she doesn't eat meat anymore, but she doesn't have them pick her fruits or anything like that there because she's touchy about that and so forth. But the general dry goods, your cereals, your cheeses and all that stuff and so forth.
Yeah, like shit that doesn't require thought.
Yeah, that has worked out just fine until here we are in the apocalypse where now they like, nah, we ain't doing that. It's like it's too busy and we ain't delivering you shit. So what we've gotten very used to, it got transformed. But also I made it a point to try to get basically to get like a couple weeks worth of shit in the house before Governor DeWine locked it down, because I was just like, let's just try to avoid being out here at these stores and so forth anyway. Up until today when I ran out of garbage bags and I literally had to ask Dan, is garbage bags essential? And he's like, just dump the trash out in the big can and keep the bag. And I'm like, that, sir, makes perfect sense. And for right now, garbage bags are not essential. When they become essential, I'll bother with it. But right now, I'm just like, what I'm saying? Only thing I've been going out the house for since the lockdown order started was Monday night is to walk the dog. And that has been very sane. Keep it very much giving me my sanity.
That's what I wanted to ask you, Tayrell, as a Republican hater. How do you feel about our governor's handling of the situation?
It is.
You don't hate Republicans? You got a Republican friend I know. I hate her, but he like her.
I can't even knock the hustle. He's done what needs to be done. And what's mad funny is his party's leader, who is ostensibly the president of these here United States, has done such a piss poor job at it that it's almost like, check this guy out. If y'all been watching my more recent skim drives, which has just been basically quarantine cast, I spoke about how people are they're so starved for leadership at this point that any motherfucker who does a reasonable job, is like, that person should be president. And I'm just like, look, no, Mike DeWine should not be president because Mike DeWine still is who he is and is still denying people the right to go have a medical procedure, a perfectly safe medical procedure. and it's still just on them some bullshit. But
he skirted that question.
He's getting what I would call like the Rudy Giuliani treatment. Like you kind of did something not so great during the bad time, and now you get to shine off of it.
Yeah, and he's a career politician, and I don't say that as a disrespectful thing. Most people hear career politician, they think that's terrible. No, I think we need politicians who have made a job of this because they know the rules, they know how to get in and out of shit, they know how shit functions and or should function, and because of that, he knows what juice he got and can walk in there and say, "Yo, me as governor is saying right now, this, and this has to happen." And guess what? It has happened, and it's worked out just fine.
He's so pretty much just a black dude who brought ginger ale to a party. Everybody gonna love you, man. Like you brought the ginger ale.
Ferners or Canada Dry?
Neither.
Oh, there's a third shooter?
It's 4. There's like you can get if you bring Cotton Cub less sweet ginger ale to a black party, you in good. Or you bring Burners, oh man.
Yeah,
you might leave with somebody on your arm.
No, yeah,
I thought Verner's was the de facto black ginger ale.
It depends.
Because that's usually like the way I go.
So if I do something that gets me invited to the cookout, I gotta bring the Cotton Club.
And if you have some hen in the like in the trunk,
is that a mix or is that separate?
It depends.
You just bring the rice and beans and you good on the picnic, man.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Oh, black people love Puerto Rican food.
Yeah.
And women.
I have to say, I very much enjoy stumbling upon quote unquote black Twitter when there's like something that a white person's done that like seems to be praised in a way, but then you always get the comments of like, hold up now, don't be going prematurely inviting anyone to the cookout. Yeah. We got to do like a black person like background check where they go and they scrub social media to try and find if that person did anything egregious. Like there was like this lady, the European singer lady a couple weeks back, and they found something from like 2008 where she dressed up like a Native American, and they were like, oh, my hopes were so high. She sang so good. She almost got invited.
Well, see, you was talking about Love is Blind, and on that show, there's an interracial couple, a white man and a black woman, and the white man kind of can rap, and they had him on
Little Dicky.
They had him on Sway. What is it? What is Sway show on 40? Whatever. On
if it's not called House Sway.
Yeah.
Then whatever it is, it's called wrong.
Well, he had him on there, and he tried to freestyle, and it wasn't the worst thing I've ever heard, but it was embarrassing because he actually was freestyling. Unlike most people go on there who have a written verse, he couldn't maintain it. You know what I'm saying? But I give him props for like actually trying to freestyle, sounding halfway decent.
Is it like Andy Milonakis bad?
Andy Milonakis is a sick MC, bro. I'm a Beast. Is the dopest rhyme.
I'm just saying, like I watched. He did this guest appearance on that taco show that they do on First We Feast now.
Yeah.
And like he was on there like 2 weeks ago, and they had him freestyle about tacos, and it was cringeworthy.
Oh, well, see, there you go.
It was about tacos.
Trust me, you right here.
I killed a dead slut, then I played Nintendo.
Or I'm like I said, I'm if I can find it, I'm definitely gonna edit it. I'm a beast because that motherfucking that's my shit to this day.
I'm a beast, 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 I'm a beast on the mic and a beast on the table, beast on TV, beast on basic cable, beast on my fable, beast is he real, take out my claws and my fangs when I kill, beast I'm so ill, beast I'm so ill, mix the purple haze with the Vicodin pill, I'm a beast summer, I don't got swag, I got your mama's body parts stuffed in my bag, beast in the east, I'm a beast in the west, beast from the 90s smoking on that stress, beast in the club, I never rap for free, I am a beast, that's why your bitch chose me. Told you dumb hoes that I am a beast. Dip your feet in cement, then rest in peace. I'm a beast. Actually, I'm a really nice guy.
I remember him doing that collab with Jaquan.
Like Tipsy Jaquan?
Yeah, Tipsy Jaquan.
Nice.
It was like 2005-ish or some shit.
Yeah, I'm saying Andy Midlock is not too bad. It's probably maybe he's just out of practice. You know what I'm saying? Plus, who trying to rap about tacos, man?
I don't know. I guess like because I don't like listen to him. I just heard him on that feature, and I know it's something he's into. So it's like only other time I ever hear him, it's like some kind of cringeworthy shit. It's nothing like studio produced. Where like there was some time, some TLC went into it. It's always just like, hey, you guy, spit some bars.
Like, all right, hold on. Let me get right quick.
Mouthwash.
Mouthwash.
Like my man Mitch's lettuce wraps are always a delight. So that's for my doughboy heads. I love the lettuce wrap. So, besides, like I said, jumping back to what you're saying, man, I think the governor's done a fair job. I'm not knocking the hustle. What he did the other day was like, I think it was yesterday. He was like, BuzzFeed wrote a very good article about him saying how the reason he shut down the bars. Like is okay. So here's the deal. I guess the way that story goes, the governor has a habit of giving out his personal fucking cell phone number to just about anybody. He wants the constituents to be able to reach out to get in touch with him. Somebody hit him up Sunday and was like, "Bro, these bars is popping Saturday night because that people decided they was gonna make that motherfucking St. Patty's Day weekend."
Oh.
And then that Sunday, I think it was Sunday, right? He was like, "All this shit shutting down."
It was definitely that Sunday.
I'm closing the studio. And
unless you could find the breast milks of a Cambodian immigrant.
Yeah. And so
I'm not a sugar cookie getter.
So levels I'm impressed with. I'm impressed that man gives out his phone number to his constituents. It's too many politicians who this day and age who won't even speak to anybody unless they know they got something coming back to them. You know what I'm saying?
Was Zach Reed up in that bar? Is that what happened?
Shit, I can't even call it. But also I like that he was like, these motherfuckers is fooling. I said 6 feet. Don't be all pressed up on each other and y'all decide y'all about to get drunk at the fucking club. Fuck this. He had to play the old grumpy granddad and shut that shit down, man.
Somebody stepped on his Air Force One.
I mean, and like I get it though, because like it's the thing, like you ask someone something nicely, and you're like, some bad shit can happen if you guys choose to not do this shit. I'm not telling you don't have to exercise best judgment. And then like you said, everyone's like, well, fuck it, St. Patrick's Day is getting shut down. Let's just wild out right now. And then like someone has to step in and be the voice of reason.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Sometimes you just gotta save people from their own bullshit.
Also, the doctor he has up there all the time is fucking super sharp. Dr. Acton, she knows her shit. Not only is she a doctor, so she had her medical degree, she went back and got a master's in like public like whatever management or something like that shit. So she is the perfect person for the job, and he hired her himself. And again, this is from the BuzzFeed article about him, where most people, that job right there is meant to be a cushy job you give to somebody who basically donates to your fucking cause. And instead of doing that, he hired an individual who was perfect for the job. And right now, when we need her, here she is giving us the hard facts we need them as we need them. I can't say nothing but good things about Mike DeWine's handling of coronavirus in the state of Ohio, because he's been on fucking point. When you do some dumb shit, I will holler at you. You know what I'm saying? Don't you worry.
Oh, I know you will.
But currently, man, respect due and respect due and respect given. You know what I'm saying? Game recognized game, and that's just what it is. So the kids have been doing good so far. They are technically on spring break this week. Next week they start back to school. We'll see how that works, and in that they are going to be schooling on their Chromebooks. and so forth. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how their teachers have prepared for this and how it works out for them. Xander has assignments already from his band teacher. No, not from his band teacher. Well, maybe from his band teacher, but definitely from his choir teacher. And he has assignments from his health teacher already. And so the ball is kind of rolling, but we'll see how it goes for this. So all the complaints I see on the internet of people bitching about homeschooling have made me laugh, because this one lady is my man Lish's wife, and I love Lish. I went to his wedding. I appreciate that he found a woman that he loves and cares about. But she be fucking talking reckless as shit, and I'd be just like, really? Because her complaint was, well, I'm paying tax if I'm teaching these kids myself. And I'm like, hey, you only doing that right now and not forever, and no, you can't get a tax break for that. I'm sorry, you can't. And it's pretty wild that you think you deserve it. It's like, help your kids, all right? This is a time of great sacrifice in this country, and it's okay for us to sacrifice a little bit. But
the sacrifice is to stay your ass at home.
Well, okay, so in her case, she lives on an island, so it's an island in Maine, even at that. So they've already slowed down the ferry service to and fro because, you know what I'm saying, necessary. So I get it, I'm hearing it, but also I'm like, come on, yo, be cool, bruh. So, but I can't call it, man. It's like some people are just are built different, and then in that particular situation, she is just built different, and one accepts that for what it is, I guess.
I guess, like, for me, I have an opinion on, like, the matter as far as the general populace is concerned, but I feel like it's really hard for me to express that, considering in this whole ordeal, I haven't really lost anything. I've actually more of, like, I've gained than I've lost. Yeah. So I feel like any criticisms or judgments I might have won't be taken seriously, so it's not really fair for me to express them.
With all house money.
Yeah. Like I said, like, yeah, like, people I love are at risk or whatever, but, like, as far as, like, my personal self is concerned, I haven't left my house in a week now. Like, straight up a week from today. Like, I went to the grocery store last Thursday. That's the last time I left. Like, I took the trash to the curb on Sunday. That's the only time I left my house. Like, I've enjoyed working from home, which kind of makes me think I might want to look into doing this on a more permanent basis, whether it be here or someplace else. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I've been saving money by not having to drive downtown every day, although I'm using more electricity at my house, so I guess we'll see how that exchanges. Like, I do wish I could go some places, like, see some people, like, that kind of shit, so I guess that does kind of suck. But, like, as far as my ability to live, like, I haven't lost my job. I'm still working, so, like, I don't have it like some people were like my buddy who cuts my hair. I know, like, the barbershop shut down. Like, he's got to file for unemployment or something. Like, I don't know how that works because I guess they're technically independent contractors. But, yeah. Like, he's out of work right now, and I don't think his girlfriend works. So, you know, they're struggling. So, like, it's like I'm sympathetic to that kind of stuff. It's a hard thing, I think, to manage because you understand that people need to work to live. But then, like, if people work, we increase the spreading of it all. So it's a hard thing to juggle, and that's why, like, I felt like DeWine has done as good a job as you can hope for, considering the circumstances. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I'm saying that from a position of someone who hasn't really lost anything. If anything, I've gained because now I'm getting stimulus money, even though I'm still working. So this shit, you know, it's not fair for other people's situations compared to mine, and when they're doing worse off than I am.
Yeah, because it seemed like Florida didn't do shit.
They have not. Texas hasn't either. It's like states that definitely need to be doing stuff have been.
Yeah, I follow some people from Florida, and they were talking about how, like, the beaches and the bars and shit are still packed because they ain't shut shit down.
Yeah. And I just...
Like, Florida, the only thing they really did was cancel WrestleMania.
Damn.
And they didn't do that. I feel like the WWE did that.
Well, the news reports were like, WrestleMania is like, well, you got to ask Tampa. And Tampa's like, well, you got to ask WWE. And it was like there was like two parents playing themselves against each other because no one wanted to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
And then finally, I think when the government was like, no more than 10 people in one area at one time, which to me, that doesn't really make any fucking sense, I guess, in a way, because like my buddies were like, well, they said we could all hang out in groups of 10. I'm like, what's the hell is this point of self-quarantine if we're all just hanging out anyway? Like, we can still spread it amongst the 10 of us.
Yeah.
And then take it out to spread it to whoever else you kick it with.
Yeah, it's not like some eeny meeny miny mo shit where like only the 11th person gets corona, you know? We're safe, guys. We don't have an 11th person.
Oh my goodness! I think it was just announced that America officially has the most cases of corona in the world.
Beating China? Damn.
Yes, China already was beaten by Italy.
We're number one.
And
It feels like that happened really quick.
Yeah, it does. That's how pandemics function.
Well, no, but like Italy, Italy was on like lockdown when we were still at the office.
Yeah,
and they were talking about how bad it was and shit. Like, I didn't realize. Like, I guess like I don't know Italy's population and shit, you know. So I don't know how many more people we have than they do, if that's the case, all that. So I guess like I just don't extrapolate it very well.
Yeah, we just know it's a boot. That's it.
Yeah, I know it's a boot. That's where pizza and shit comes from. Like
tomatoes.
Like, but it's like think about it. Like a week and a half ago, we were all still at work, and like I'm at my desk and I'm reading about like how the whole country shut down and everyone's in quarantine. You're seeing pictures of like policemen in hazmat suits walking down the street and shit. Like, so you're thinking like, holy shit, everyone over there is fucked. And it's for you to say now that like we've passed that. And it's only been like 10 days. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? Like
that 10 days was exactly the number two. You just called it. Maybe you didn't even know you were calling it.
I definitely did. That was definitely just a shot in the dark.
10 days. 10 days is the amount of time they said we have to what has been said over and over again to flatten the curve, which is to try to get ahead of this shit enough so that hospitals would not eventually become overwhelmed with people being sick. And so we sort of done that in Ohio, but now New York is completely out of hospital beds. The city of New York, the corona rate in the city of New York is doubling every day because one, we're testing more people, but so of course we figure out who has it, and then like I said, every day. That's a city that's dense as fuck. 8 million people in it. You know what I'm saying? There's 30 million people in all of Italy. 8 million people in one city in this state. You know what I'm saying? That's why California locked it down so tight, so fast. Because, like I said, second biggest city in this country in LA in general is right there. It's like the point of all this staying at home shit was, yes, of course, to try to slow the rate of spreading an infection, but it was also to try to give the hospitals time to build up staff and get people out that don't need to be there and just be ready, because at some point it was about to get real bad. And now we are at that 10th day where it's about to get real bad. And I mean real bad. So this is when people are really about to start getting sick. This is when we are all going to end up knowing somebody who is infected with this or just straight up dies from this. It's coming, and it's coming right about now. Which is, like I said, when they announced today that we now lead the world in cases of corona in a medical system that is, of course, one of the worst in the free world, because it's all privatized and we all pay for it, as opposed to, being a government entity like it should be. We are fucked. Also, because our health insurance is attached to our jobs, all these people who no longer are employed no longer have health coverage. We are fucked. And it's because the system we have in place is meant to fuck us. It's meant to make the wealthier wealthier, and it's meant to make those who are not. Canada is giving away $2,000 a month to everybody in their country for the next 4 months. We're getting a check for $1,200 2 months from now, when I'm telling you right now, we're gonna be dead. We're gonna have a lot of people who are no longer here to get that $1,200 check. And so it's very upsetting. And again, this is why I tell you people are starved for leadership. And also, we got that knucklehead in charge right now who maybe y'all don't realize or know this, but he closed down our pandemic response team that we had in this country. Thought it cost too much and wasn't useful. Because, pandemics, when do they happen? Well, right now. Here we are in the midst of it. And so I stay in the house. It's why I didn't go buy garbage bags today. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be
responsible. He's not responsible, according to him. Oh, this turned into a bummer. What the hell?
No, it turns into a needed explanation for some people who may not know what's popping out here in these streets. Some of our listeners may not be aware of what's happening out here and why they need to do this and what of it's and what for. So I'm trying to give you a little bit of wisdom that I happen to have. I'm sure there's more to be had, and from bigger and better and brighter sources. But this is what I know, and I'm telling you already. This right now, by the time you hear this episode will come out Thursday, what is that day next week?
That's April.
It'll be Thursday, April 2nd.
The thing about following people on social media while this is all going on is it's a stark contrast between, and it almost feels like following Republicans and Democrats in a way, because there's so many people who are like, please stay home. You're going to kill us all. And then you got the other half of people who are like, this is fucking stupid. People are going to get the flu and they should just stop bitching and just go back to work and go, why'd they close the bar? I got to get my drink on. It's ridiculous. It's it's so polarizing. It's just like politics.
It's interesting how people think it's just the flu, when in reality, this thing is basically, it gets a hold of you and it breaks your lungs down, to dust.
The problem is, I have a buddy who's a physical therapist, so he's technically an MD.
Yeah.
And he's one of the people in our chat that has been arguing. It's just the flu, and I'm like, you're a fucking doctor, and all this shit has been reported that it's not just the flu for a lot of people, because he's been a proponent of fuck the quarantine. Just let it run its course. People are going to die, but it is what it is. But the quicker we kill these people off, the quicker we can move on with our lives kind of deal.
Wow. Damn, that's cold.
But I mean, that's not exactly the words he used, but that's kind of because they talk about flatten the curve. That's the sentiment is they've talked about the flatten the curve because they actually had a chart that showed if we just let it run its course, how quickly it'll be over compared to if we draw it out with this slow quarantine, how much longer it's going to go on. My thing was but are you charting fatalities versus length of time? Because if you have it all burn out in 2 weeks and then we just kill a bunch of people off, is the number of deaths going to be greater than if we slow roll this out for 3 months? It might go on for a while, but how many more people are going to die in which scenario? Because I get it. Death is inevitable in this situation. Some people are going to die, and that's unfortunate for them and their loved ones. I get it. But I'm no medical profession. I'm no pandemic planner. I'm just a dude who's
a job that could be out there soon.
That what?
Like a wedding planner or a pandemic planner?
That could be a title. I needed that shit a week ago. I told my buddy yesterday, I'm gonna end up looking like the fucking human from WALL-E at the end of this, because it was dude, this shit all went down last week, and when this started, they told us that we were gonna work from home last Wednesday, and that we were coming back to the office the next day. That this shit was gonna be a test run, and then next thing I know, they tell us at the end of the workday on Wednesday, oh, you guys can work from home again tomorrow. And I've been back to the office since. So it's I didn't plan on this shit to happen. So it's that's why last Thursday was the last time I left my house, because I had to go get groceries. So it's I was in a panic and I didn't know how long I was going to be here. So it's I didn't have my normal plan of okay, I'm going to buy this shit for next week. I'm going to cook these. And that's going to be my meals for the week. And then I'll just pack it up for my lunch every day or whatever, how I normally do. I went in there freaking out because it's I don't know what's going on. I don't know how long I'm going to be cooped up in here. I don't know if I'm going to need to get shit that's not going to go bad in a week, if I got to go get canned soup. So I just ended up buying almost $200 worth of all this bullshit. I bought canned soups and deli meats and donuts and cereal and like all this shit I don't normally buy anymore because I didn't know what else to do. So I've just been sitting around the house. Where that's the one bad thing about this is like, because with the gyms closed and most of the outside world of activities shut down for the time being, I've literally just been sitting in the house every day, sitting here eating and working. So, and I feel myself getting fatter.
Do I need to send you the push-up challenge?
Dude, I'm not doing shit. I couldn't even do a push-up if we weren't in a pandemic.
Oh my goodness. Well, like I said, I've been walking the dog. I have been trying to eat okay. I'm not saying I'm eating perfect. That's just a lie, because I certainly had Oreos for lunch yesterday. But
yeah, like now that we've been in this for a week and like I've kind of worn through the bullshit that I bought like at the beginning.
Yeah.
And like now I'm down to more normal type foods. I feel like I have more of a control over myself now that like I've been doing this for a week and I've kind of got a routine down and like I've got my work set up all taken care of. So it's like I feel set now, so that like if like, because I'm gonna have to go to the grocery store again here probably within the next week. Like I have food, but like I've run out of a couple of things. Like I'm almost out of almond milk and shit like that. So I'll need a re-up. So I'll have to brave the grocery store again. But like I feel better prepared this time, having been through this for a little bit. Those first couple of days though, I was like, I don't know what the fuck what's going on, like, or what I gotta prepare for. You know, it's like I haven't been through this before.
Well, nobody has.
My prep was try to get basically 2 weeks worth of stuff in the house. A solid 2 weeks worth of stuff plus like some extra stuff, and I so far so good.
Well, and like I have stuff.
Yeah.
But the problem was, it's because like I'm sitting here and like I didn't know what to do, and I just turned to like eating. Like it's like I've snacked more now that like the food's more readily available than like when I go to the office, all I have with me is whatever I pack for lunch. So it's like around here though, it's like, oh, I know there's a pack of crackers on top of the fridge, like the cheese crackers or whatever. It's like, so it's taken some adjustment period to getting myself back under control with that.
Yeah, I too have been stress eating, and it's like I said, I just because for a minute there, especially while stuff was still open, and I could just go. I was trying to support my little local businesses, you know what I'm saying? I was doing takeaway orders and stuff. And I was like, well, it's the fucking end of the world. I can go get some pizza from Dewey's. Let me go get some candy. let me go get some candy from Fierce. Oh, let me go get some cupcakes from Candy.
Well, and the thing is, like, I didn't want to do shit like that, not because I didn't want those places to continue on.
Yeah.
But it's like I didn't know if like I was gonna get laid off or anything. Like I didn't think I was, but like I didn't feel like taking the chance. So it's like, I don't want to spend $25 on some takeout food when I could go buy $25 worth of food if I don't know if I'm going to not have a job or not in 2 weeks, you know? Like,
that's real.
So it's like, I understand everyone's sentiment of support local businesses and content creators and all this shit, but it's like, I don't know if I got $10 for your OnlyFans this month because I might need that $10.
I'm sorry, baby. Not this month.
I'm sorry, I gotta go to Reddit this month. I'm sorry, I gotta look at the free titties.
The free titties. That's probably your alternate title. Oh man. But yeah, man, this is it. This is what pandemics are, man. Okay. On a I guess a chiller, more groovy point. Have y'all been watching anything? It's like, yo, this has been getting me over this hump. Have y'all seen something you're like, man, I wish I was watching this?
So that's the interesting thing about this, is that first day that I was working at home, I didn't turn the TV on until like 4 o'clock-ish in the afternoon. I worked the whole day with just the computer and like focused on my work. And then like once I turned that TV on, it was like I felt the seal break. And then I realized that I could work and have the TV on at the same time. Because honestly, I sometimes watch YouTube or something on my phone at work anyway.
Yeah. So
it's not really that big of a deal. Like I'm capable of doing both. So since that first day, I've had the TV on the entire time I've been working. And I found some like channel on YouTube. This dude Mike Chen, his channel I think is called Strictly Dumplings or something like that, or Simply Delicious. And he like travels and does food vlogs. I've watched like some whiskey information type stuff, and then I activated my HBO free 7-day free trial last night. So like I'm finishing up Ballers. Today I watched the entire season of last season of Silicon Valley. I watched a couple movies. Yeah, like 2 days ago, I finally got around to watching Amazon's Good Omens that came out like a year ago.
Oh,
So,
right, just finished that book up.
Oh shit, nice. Yeah, I got it. That was like one of the things that was on my list of shit to watch that I'd been putting off. Like I'm gonna get to Jack Ryan here. I figured I would activate the HBO trial now since like the way my boss was talking yesterday. It seems like we're gonna be doing this until at least after Easter, from what he thinks. So I figured if I activated the HBO thing now, I'll get like max value out of it since I'm pretty much guaranteed to be home for the next 7 days. And then if I so choose to keep it for $15 after that, I have that choice. But at least I'll be guaranteed $7 or 7 days worth of free value.
I don't know. I respect it.
I haven't been watching anything really. I mean, I see more of what the kids watch during the day.
What have they been watching?
My 2-year-old really much controls the TV because she throws the fit and you can't reason with her. So and the other ones just kind of fall in line. So it's a lot of Elmo, it's a lot of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Okay. My boys, what have they been watching? They're watching Mitch Matcha stuff. They really don't like they got separate Kindles so they can watch, things individually.
Shit, I don't even have a Kindle.
I mean, I'm sure you can get one for free for signing up for a new cell phone somewhere.
Oh man, you got that Purell behind you, I see.
Oh yeah, I got some Purell.
Have you seen like how the distilleries are now producing
distilled water?
The alcohol distilleries are producing hand sanitizer.
I heard about it, but
I heard about that too.
I follow a couple of like bourbon finders accounts on Instagram, and the one was posting like all the different distilleries that were making the hand sanitizer, and then they posted one that said that like someone had gotten a hold of the shipment of hand sanitizer they made and were trying to sell it to people, even though it was supposed to be made for like donation. And then I know a nurse locally. She works, I believe, at Fairview, and she reached out to the news on Twitter the other day to say that like AutoZone had called the hospital to ask if they could use like the respirator stuff that they had at the auto shop. And the hospital, she said, was like, well, yeah, that'd be great. And then AutoZone's was like, well, forgive me if I'm wrong. I think it's AutoZone, but I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that per se. Some local business who sells auto parts was just like, well, we're not looking to donate it to you. Like, we would sell it to you. Like, so it's like, even in these times, they just people still looking to make profit.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, 3M was saying like they're not going to sell to anybody but hospitals as far as like mask goes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how fucking true that is, but
dude, I saw a thing on Twitter where this lady's son 3D printed a mask.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
I was like, man, this is fucking incredible. Like the shit that kids can do, man. Because I know I don't know how to fucking do that shit.
Well, we'd have to shave our beards if we're gonna take advantage of masks.
No,
no, the beard hair is like a filter. It's like a filter all in itself. Just flip it up. There, see, mask.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, a lot of bullshit in the game.
Oh, I've been watching this show. It's like a documentary mixed with some fiction. It's called Mars. It's on Netflix, and I've been watching it every night for like a week straight now. It's very good. It explains to you how we would get to Mars and how the process would work. But it also has like a fictionalized side of the show. So they show like, here's the story of these people who got to Mars and so forth and so on. Here's Captain whatever her name is and so forth and so on. So it's kind of you get a little bit of drama mixed in with your actual facts. And it's very interesting and very cool. And I was listening to some podcast today, and some guy was talking about how he's been watching it too, and I laughed. I was like, yeah, that's some real ass pandemic shit to watch. So Mars on Netflix. If you think, oh shit, and I just opened up my Netflix app to make sure I gave you the right name to that, and I see an anime that I like is coming back on April 9th. High Score Girl is coming back, and I'm super pumped about that because I fucking love that anime.
You know, like when this all kind of started for me last week, I had gone to Amazon Prime Video on here to like look up to see what they had, and a lot of the movie suggestions were very pandemic based. Mm-hmm. It was like 28 Days Later and shit like that was popping up. And then last night I watched Hobbs and Shaw. Similar premise. Virus can spread around, kill everyone in the world and shit like that. We got to stop the bad guy.
Idris Elba got it, right?
He didn't have it. He was trying to acquire it.
Oh, no, he did acquire it.
He's saying Idris Elba. He's saying Idris Elba.
Oh, you mean in real life? I thought you meant as the bad guy in the movie.
No, he's saying Idris got the Rona.
Yeah, and then I saw like his wife got it, and like they interviewed her, and she's like, "Well, you know, I didn't want to leave his side. I wanted to care for him." It was like, so you just infected yourself too because you love him?
Scarface got it. I heard today. I read a little bit ago. The rapper Scarface. They're talking
about Tony Montana. I was like, he died years ago.
At a hail of gunfire.
So, actually, he did not die in a hail of gunfire. He died in just a single shotgun.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I feel like he really just died when he fell into the mini pool, like the fountain. Like he probably drowned to death. Like he probably would have survived the shotgun blast.
That's the premise of the video game, right?
Yeah, I never played it, but I saw my brother playing it back in the day, and yeah, basically he wakes up out of the fountain and then just carries on from where he left off.
I just patch myself up. I'm fine, man.
Yeah, like Cheat McBride and Pineapple Express.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm glad I never played that game. But I have been playing Last of Us again. And what else? I've been watching this show on Netflix called on Hulu called Good Behavior, and watching the Little Dicky show on Hulu, and also I started The Office over again. Like I didn't even finish season 9. I went right back to season 1.
Have you ever finished it before?
Yeah, like 7. I finish it every year.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was an annual tradition.
What you gonna do when they finally take it off of Netflix? Is when it goes over to HBO Max?
I don't know. Hey, Jim Moore.
Maybe I'll just get it for you on Blu-ray for your birthday. That way you own it. And you can watch it whenever. But then then you got to put the disc in. And
I was just about to say, this day and age, man, giving someone a box set is almost like handing them a burden.
Yeah, but I need another Blu-ray player, and like I kind of I want to go in the basement and go get The Simpsons so I can watch Stark Raven Dad.
Yeah.
Because that's not on Disney Plus.
Like I know, like it's cool to have like these Blu-rays and shit laying around, like being able to go downstairs and just pop in like Avengers. But then it's like I could just turn the TV on and it's on the streaming service
Avengers,
too. Yeah, it's like it almost feels like owning the Blu-rays. Like unless you're into collecting the Blu-rays, it's almost becoming obsolete.
It is. I buy these 4K discs because the high bit rate and quality of the image. Some people are okay with what they get on the streaming services. I am not one of those people. So for certain things, I'll gladly just I can watch this on the streaming service. But some shit I need it full fat, full sound, full video, and you only get that from Blu-rays. And what
would we call you? Like media bougie?
I am. It's exactly the case. If anybody's media bougie, you know it's me. Come on, I listen to records.
I got a funny story about that. Go ahead. My girlfriend is the same way with her high definition. Like if we watching something on TV, it's disgust with turning the channel up 1,000 so she can watch it on HD. So what's going on is everybody's watching Netflix and Hulu and HBO Go, and everything is standard definition right now.
Yes.
So I asked her earlier today. I was like, "So how has it been fair for you since everything's in standard definition?" She's like, she didn't know. I thought it was the funniest thing in the world to me.
What's funny is like, I threw on a YouTube video the other day on my TV as opposed to anywhere else, and I immediately was like, "What the fuck is wrong with this video?" And I go over to if you go to the TV version, they got the little 3 dots. Go to 3 dots, and sure as shit, YouTube is feeding things in standard definition, which is 480p, unless you go and change it. And so I'm like, I saw it off the rip. It was saying nobody else in the room said shit, but I was like, what is going on with this picture? And sure as shit, it was like I said they were feeding this to me 480p, and I was like, hell no, you can just turn it back up to regular HD and or 4K depending on who made the video.
Yeah, most likely it's because she's been watching stuff on her phone.
Yeah,
you really can't tell the difference there. But
well, like a lot of the internet providers have had trouble lately because there's been so many more people working from home and home streaming that like they had to basically open the pipe. It was like too many people trying to get through like one tunnel per se. So there was like definitely some up down throttling and shit that was going on.
In Europe, they asked all the streaming services to throttle down their streams because, again, like you said, so many people are at home now that it's causing issue on these networks back ends. And so right now, if you're in Europe, you're only getting SD content from your various streaming providers. We have not quite gotten there yet. Like I said, in America, YouTube turned it down, but you can go turn it back up yourself.
I mean, I was personally having problems a couple days ago. Like, I was getting really shitty cell reception at home. Yeah. And, like, some of my videos were getting a little glitchy with the streaming. It seems to have gotten better, but it was definitely, like, I was having a hard time, like, laying in bed and using my phone.
So your issue is that your network provider, your cell phone provider, is currently working on their 5G network everywhere around our neck of the woods, and so they keep having to take down nodes and then put the new stuff up and then get it back up and running. So you're going to go through that for a little bit here, but when that 5G network rolls, I'm watching where they're putting shit at. It's like they're practically putting poles up like outside your house. Your 5G shit is going to be so good on your particular cell phone provider. I pray we get such good service on my end, and I'm doubtful of it. So that's kind of what you have to unfortunately living through right now. They've been, like I said, been having to take down nodes and then put them back up, and as quick as they can.
I feel though what you guys have been talking about, because some of the stuff I have watched on YouTube the last couple of days was like early '90s basketball highlights.
Yeah.
So it's like I always said that Mark Price was my favorite player, but like I kind of had like a childhood memory of him. I didn't have like adult eyes memory of him, so I watched some highlights, like him in like the playoff series against the Bulls and like the 3-point shootouts and shit like that. And man, Mark Price was way better than I remembered. Like that dude could have easily played today. Like he would be the Steph Curry of this generation, not Steph Curry.
Maybe that is Steph Curry's real daddy.
I mean, he played with Steve Kerr and Del Curry, so it's like there's a lot of connection there.
Mm-hmm. I'm aware of that. That's why I made that joke.
Oh my God. Well, people, I mean, we done podcast to you for a bit longer than actually I thought we managed to pull off, and so I'm gonna go ahead and stick a fork in it.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
If this side goes down, we'll do this again next week around the same time, and the show will come out when it comes out, and so forth and so on. We'll discuss that later if we need to. No worries. But we got to get this money as required by us. As always, here's the rules, man.
It's been a long time since we've done this whole Thursday night recording shit. I've forgotten that we all got to get up for work tomorrow.
I'm gonna eat a Dominic.
Oh man, I promise you, I didn't even think about that when I set this time. That's funny. We started this shit on Thursday nights, people. For the OGs.
And
I
now
remember those days.
We should do 2 shows in a row. We ain't doing that shit tonight.
Yeah, bro. I can't.
Yeah, but like back then, we didn't start after 9 o'clock at night.
We should start like pretty late. I used to get home like 1 in the morning.
Well, yeah, but like that's because we did 2, and like it would be like each one would be long. I used to go to teas right after work.
Yeah, I used to. I used to do it too. That was way before kids, and just, you know.
Yeah, for me that was what 2 kids ago.
Yeah, you was only getting. You was only.
Shit, we found out that Anthony was having his first kid at a recording at T's house.
Yeah. That was so long ago. I had so much promise.
All right, rules are simple. Go out there, review my damn show. That's on Apple Podcasts and on Stitcher Radio. It works real easy. Super simple to do. Get it done, please and thank you. Go subscribe to the YouTube page. It's real easy to do. You have a YouTube already. If you got a Gmail, you got a YouTube. Go subscribe to my damn channel. It's all I'm asking of you. If you care to support us financially, we have merch. There's a link right at the bottom of the show beneath it says merch. If that doesn't work for you, you can go to TeePublic, search Stays Crunchy Milk, all one word, Stays Crunchy Milk. It matters. Or you can just pull a box and just Google that shit. It comes up. If you like I said, if you're trying to put in on this monetarily, we do have a Patreon. Patrons get a lot of good stuff. They are about to get an episode, the first and only episode currently of Building Boxes Bar. Hopefully by Saturday, but Saturday. Hopefully they got it already by the time you hear this. So we shall see. But that is the hope.
That's the one of the shows that this pandemic is really putting a fucking monkey wrench in. I have so much shit in like the backlog for us to do with that stuff, and we need to be able to be together in order to do it. Yes,
we do. So, if nothing else, we got a hell of a pilot that y'all can see and kind of see what we're trying to do with it, and hopefully that'll make you chuckle or and get a grin.
Put it in perspective this way: we did a 1-day trip to Louisville, Kentucky, and back, Cleveland, Ohio to Louisville to back to Cleveland, for me to purchase a $250 bottle of bourbon. That I still, which this was 6 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I still haven't taken the fucking plastic seal off of the bottle.
You shouldn't. You might need that to make a Molotov.
And the problem is, the couple of the YouTube channels I watch have reviewed it, and they have both said it's fucking fantastic. So it's like, I know I'm sitting on this shit that's like the bomb, baby. And I can't fucking open it because we're all fucking condemned to our houses.
It would be nice if Mike DeWine would, stock that you can't ship liquor to Ohio shit.
Fucking right, man. There's I'd like to order some shit, because there are a bunch of services that you can order from online, and there's boxes. It's like monthly subscription boxes and stuff. I would love to do that shit.
Well, hey, so forth and so on, people. Tweet at us, email us, call us. Oh shit, I gotta do this. We got a phone call from one Nick Jew, and I have not listened to this because I want to listen to it on the show with you guys. We're gonna play this through the microphone, so it's probably not going to sound as good as it can. But let's all listen to this together. Can I just push play on this? Yes. Oh shit! Here, I got to put it on speaker, I guess. Wait a minute.
Is her name Nick Jew, or is that Nicolette Julianne some shit?
Her name, as far as any of y'all motherfuckers know, is Nicole, and that's all you get.
I mean, I didn't need to know the whole thing.
I guess I shouldn't say it.
I'm trying to say.
I was just curious if her name was actually Nick Jew, or if it was a mashing of words.
Okay. Here we go.
What's up, fellas? It's Nick Jew, Nicole in these streets. Just giving a call because it's been a while since I reached out on any other platform than Twitter. And I'm here. I'm listening. I always love when I get a little shout out on the show, even when it's because I've been shady about non-pork eaters. I get a kick out of it. I love y'all. I love the show. Just calling to say hello since we're all stuck in the house or whatever. Finally getting around to leaving my voicemail. I've been meaning to leave. Thank you, Gabe, for the correction about the Godfather movie that everyone ignores. Clearly, I don't know. And also, as your California representative here, WB word gets used, is not cool. I would say never use to someone's face unless you are trying to fight that someone. All right, y'all be easy. See you in the streets. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I like that.
There you go. Also, Nick has already said yes, she will do a guest spot on this, so we will have her on the show sooner than later as a part of the full show. So that will be a delight as well. That's my man Tatum 216.
Yep.
He's really great. You don't appreciate him like you should.
Oh, thanks.
That's my man Lunchbox 2099. I am glad to see his face because I miss his face. So it's good to see that little fuzzy face here on my screen right now.
It's nice to be seen.
That's the homeboy, the real ODP. He is my homeboy. It is why I had to yell at him the other day about AM radio. It's because I love him, and that's why I had to yell at him about AM radio.
You been listening to AM radio?
I know, but I'm finally quitting that shit.
He fell off the wagon, but we gonna get him back on the wagon. It's okay. It take a bunch of times to stop drinking and smoking, or listening to AM radio. So
I done quit the AM radio. I'm a changed man.
I would like to say it sounds like you're going through a little bit of auto tones.
He did. He had a little rattle. That's because he moved just enough.
They call him G-Pain.
All right. I sound better if I stay still.
If you stay, you have to stay still, or you got to plug that computer into an outlet somewhere. So
all right.
Don't worry. You got it, man. We good.
Are you on a laptop or something?
Yeah, I'm on a Chromebook.
I'm also on a laptop, but it's just set up on the coffee table in the living room. This is where I've been working at.
Oh, yeah. It's on my lap.
I'm on a laptop, my workstation, the dual monitors set up.
I set up the dual monitor thing this evening, like I said, but I set the big one up that they sent me to be the main monitor. The problem is it's currently on the right side of the table, so I'm kind of like inverted right now with the way I move the mouse. Yeah. Because like the main screen is usually my left, but right now it's my secondary. So it's almost like when you pick up an Xbox game and it's like a flight game and the controls are in reverse. Same situation.
Oddly enough, I was playing a flight game before we started this call. How weird.
How weird.
How serendipitous.
I'm the Internet Stereo 713. You've just been podcasted to, and I know you loved it.
We all know you loved it.
Can you answer me this last question, though?
Sure.
If you cough near the president right now, is it considered an assassination attempt?
I saw that and was worried that the fucking Secret Service is going to come and get you, so I didn't even fucking retweet that bitch. I didn't like it. I was just like, I see that.
I was watching like some of the press conference shit he was doing where he was being a bitch, and like I don't know, I just kind of thought about it. I get that, yeah. Like it's all you ever see anymore. But like I saw the 1 minute back and forth where like he talked down to some dude for asking a question. And I was just like, man, in my mind, I was like, man, somebody just cough on this motherfucker already.
Well, apparently he had a party at his golf spot, and a good 7 to 10 people already have tested positive for it. So
what?
You know,
and Prince Charles got it.
Yeah. Right. Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed.
See, you said it out loud, whereas I just thought that shit, my nigga. So it's like I'm gonna let you get that one. I am gonna stop this recording right now.
What happened to you? You used to be beautiful.